Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
We gotta talk.
All right, I guess we do. Guess you tuned in. I don't know why you did, but you did. And you've been blowing up the interweb net, wanting to know what's going on, what happened.
What are you doing here?
I'm here. That's where I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be here. I don't know why you asked me that, but Pepper Stewart here. You are tuned in once again, as you have done before in the past. For some reason, I don't understand why you do it. I guess you've got to be that bored. I don't know who's that bored, but a lot of folks, I guess, apparently they are. So I don't know. A lot of folks want to know what's going on. I've just been enjoying my time off. You know, those of you who tuned into the last podcast we put out, you know, just relaxing, enjoying my time off, and you know, every now and then we'll come in and throw some knowledge in your ear holes, and that's about it. But man, it's been good to relax and do a few things, go some places and do some stuff, and you know, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about some of the places that I've been over the past. I don't know how long it's been, but I've been doing some stuff. Got some great stories, some good stories. Oh, you're gonna enjoy this stuff. There's some good odd stuff here, and you know, cattle market's hot as it's always been, hot topic all the time. What's going on with that? And then you got China. You know, everyone wants to know what's going on with China. They gonna buy some beef or not? So we're gonna dive into that a little bit. We're gonna talk about some prices and the rain. I don't know where you are in the world, but here in Texas, it has been raining. Seems like forever. That's no joke. It's been raining a lot of rain here in Texas.
Exactly.
So everything's flooded. You know, I was out there today trying to fix the gate. One of the gates where the cows cross over to eat, I've, you know, wore it out this winter, crossing it, putting out hay back and forth, and it just made one heck of a mud hole. And the last couple of times I've crossed it, it nearly wants to sink the tractor, so it's getting bad. So I went and got some dirt, put some dirt in it today, and that just made it worse. Just made it more of a mush mud hole. So looks like I'm gonna have to go cut the fence, put in a new gate somewhere else where they can cross over. And it's so bad on the cows, but them calves, you know, there's a couple little calves, and they look like they may get stuck in the mud. I don't want that to happen. Don't want them to get stuck. So I don't know what you guys been up to. That's what I've been up to. Before I get into these stories, I guess we'll just discuss what is going on. Don't forget, in February of next year, the PBR Global Cup is returning to AT&T Stadium, so don't miss that. It's going to be some great action. If you missed it last year or watched it on TV, you need to go out there and watch it in person. And I'm pretty sure somewhere on the interweb net, I'll be throwing you guys some tickets somehow or another, because we've been doing that forever, so we'll keep on keeping on. But man, we got some stuff today. And another thing, I got probably 15 emails the other day about something, so let me run through that right quick for you guys to get that out of the way. There's a new show coming out. It's probably going to come out this summer. That's called The Opinionated Cowboy Show. The Opinionated Cowboy Show. It's a talk show. It's a little bit different than what I do. It's going to have some different flavors, some different things to it. I've joined up with that to shoot a pilot, and we're going to shoot some pilots and a little bit of stuff to get that rolling. So I did sign on to do that. Just it's not going to be a full-time bam in your face weekly deal. You know, it's going to be a random deal, and I'm going to help out with that and be on that a little bit. So if you're seeing that on the internet, you're seeing the Opinionated Cowboy Show. That's what that is. I'm gonna be on that just a little bit with Daryl. He's heading that up, and a lot of folks seen him on the show. He was on the show with me for probably about a year back in, I guess, 2016. We did a lot of shows together, and had a great time, a lot of fun, and really enjoyed it. So when this came about, I thought, hey, what the hell? I'll jump in there with you, and we'll shoot some stuff, and you never know what's going to happen. So if all those emails about that, there is your answer. You got it right now in your cranial cortex. So what have I done? Man, what have I done? I've done a lot. Oh, in the last episode, we talked about the roping. All right. I have toyed and BS'd for years about team roping. And I always said for the last, I don't know how long it's been, 20 years or so, that I've been out of the arena competitively. As far as rodeo arena, ranch horse events, I've done a lot of those over the years. But as far as rodeo events, and I always said, when I get too old to do anything else or bust it up or whatever, I'm going to go team rope. And I've been BSing that story for I don't know how many years. So this is what I did. TV show was done. I was done. Got my horses up, loaded them up, and I've been going out and doing some team roping, or attempting to do some team roping. And man, it's been a learning experience, to say the least. How you always have the back and forth between both ends of the arena. You got the rough stock guys, and you got the team roper or the roper guys, the mounted guys on the one back. You got the back and forth. Well, yeah, it's still the same. It's still the same. Dylan, God, I'm gonna get myself in so much trouble. But it's a different atmosphere. It's just not something I'm used to. It's working out. Not really, but I'm left-handed, so that's you always see my ads that I do for Cactus Ropes, the ranch ropes, because they make left-handed ropes, and ranch rope. I've been using ranch ropes for years, and they're great, they're nice, and I've got some Cactus Rope heel ropes that I've been using at the team ropings, and I've got some of those. But here's my problem, guys. Here's a problem. For one, trying to get matched up with a guy that doesn't mind practicing. Because a lot of the ropers I've been going to, a few of these guys I get matched up with, I don't know what they're thinking. But a lot of times I'll get in the box, and I'm heeling. So these guys will get out and they'll take off and they want to run that steer to the other end of the pen before they catch it. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Run out there, catch it, turn it, let's go. They run to the other end, or a lot of times they'll just chase a steer down the arena, they'll head it and just, track it on to the outgate like they're trained on their horse. Well, if you're going to do that, tell me. Say, hey, don't worry about coming out because I'm just going to play with this steer and go the other end of the pen. That would be helpful. But it's just been a learning experience, learning how the things work in the other end of the pen. But it's been fun. I've had a lot of fun with it. Me and the horse has been having fun. My son's been going with me, and because I've been hauling a couple of horses, so he'll keep warmed up. The horse is warmed up for me as I'm rotating through horses, and it's been a good time. But here is the deal: I don't have a good swing. My swing sucks. My swing has got to be the worst swing you've ever seen.
Now, don't say that.
But it's true. Because I can rope. I rope all the time in the pasture. I pass rope. I go rope bulls at bull ridings, and that's a whole different style of roping. And in the team roping, I've got to get my arm over my head to work my loop. But here's the deal: I've got a screwed up rotator cuff, so it doesn't work that way. So it's hard for me to get. I can't get that swing over my head like I need to. My hands out to the side. So what that does is trying to get the power in the rope for the heel shot. It doesn't make it like it's supposed to. But as far as roping bulls out in the arena, what's that? Your side arm slinging whatever that way. Anyways, it don't matter. You're out in the pasture catching wild cow. You throw it however you want to. After you chase her for 30 minutes, she's tired. You go up there and throw a rope on her, and you got her caught. But this team rope has been a learning experience. I've had a lot of good fun doing it. I hope the folks that's been out there with me, that I feel so bad for you that got teamed up with me at these deals, that you don't hate me too much, but I'm sure some of you do. But that's rodeo. That's what happens. But anyway, it's been a good time. It's been good fun, and let's talk about what I've been doing other than slinging twine. We went to Jefferson, Texas. If you've never been to Jefferson, Texas, it's really neat. It's a really neat little town, and we went to a paranormal convention because I don't know. My wife's she's into the, she's a history buff anyway. She's into all the history stuff. So we go all over the world to these old castles and things like that. And she's into this, to the ghost paranormal. She's into that stuff too. So I go along with her. I mean, I don't know if there's ghosts out there, they're out there. If they're not, they're not. I'm just out there. I'm the moral support, if you want to call it that. But I'm there. So anyway, I went to a paranormal convention and listened to people tell stories and sell books and talk about the town. And there's a lot of great history in the town. We stayed at one of the really old hotels there in Jefferson. It was really nice. So if you ever get the opportunity to go down there, check it out. There's it's tubs and something. I forget the name of it now because I'm trying to tell you what it is. But clocks. It's a clock place. I don't know what. Clocks and tubs. Maybe that's what it is. It's got a bunch of bathtubs outside. Well, they've got a steel horse and carriage that's made out of steel, and it's really neat. I got a picture of that. I need to post that sucker. And then we went in that place and it's full of clocks. But other than that, the old town is really nice. If you're into history and old towns, it's pretty good. So we went on that paranormal convention, and then that night they were doing investigations at some of the older houses there. So we went and got to walk through some of these old historic houses out there as they were doing ghost hunts. They call it ghost hunts. I don't consider it a ghost hunt because you're not hunting anything. You're not hunting a ghost. You're not going to capture it. You're ghost watching. I know they look at me funny when I say we're ghost watching, but that's what you're doing. You're out ghost watching. You're not hunting any ghosts. But that was a really good deal, and we'll probably go back because I want to spend some more time in that town. It was really neat. But do it if you get the opportunity. I'm trying to think of the dang hotel that I stayed at. We stayed in the room that Lady Bird Johnson, back when they were LBJ and the Lady Bird, that's where they stayed, and they got their pictures of them in there. I posted some pictures of it when we were there, and that was a pretty neat deal, pretty neat room, hotel. That was pretty good, but check it out. Let me throw a story in your face. Let me throw a story in your ear hole, because I got a good one for you right here. Before I get on to some more stories, because I got some more. I've been doing a lot of stuff since I've been off the tube, off the interwebnet TV, so a lot of stuff happened. But anyway, France. The French mayor. You hear that? Cough button didn't work. The French mayor has got an idea. I don't know what's going on in France, in this town, but these stories. All right, here we go. The mayor of the French town. What's the name of the French town first? Does it tell me the name of the French town? It doesn't tell me the name of the French town, so we'll just go with this. You can Google it and find out. The mayor of a French town is aiming to combat the decline in the local population by offering couples free Viagra. What? Monitor Mayor Jean. Oh, it's Monitor. I don't know how to speak French, so I can't do it. The Mayor Jean Debussy signed a municipal decree stating that he's willing to distribute Viagra to local couples in a bid to boost birth rates and stop local schools from being shut down due to underpopulation. So these pills will be distributed to couples between the ages of 18 and 40. If you're between the ages of 18 and 40, you shouldn't need Viagra. In order to give them a better chance of conception, thus preserve the schools of the two villages, is what this decree states. A village without children is a village that dies, the mayor told the local news. So he's waiting to see how many requests come in from the public before he creates a stockpile of the pills. He hadn't bought them yet. He just put it out there. If you guys want to, I'll get some in here. So some critics have questioned whether his plan is even legal, as Viagra can only be obtained in France with a doctor's prescription. Oh man.
It's like you got a problem with concentration.
No. Conception, not concentration. Come on. So if you're between the ages of 18 and 40, do you need Viagra? I don't think you do. I don't know. That's an oddball shot right there. No pun intended. Oh my gosh. So anyway, let's jump on to something else while we're up to it. Let's look at some beef. Let's talk about beef. Everybody wants to talk about the beef. Let's get the beef out of the way. What's your beef? Who's your beef? Let's talk about beef. Oh, did you hear that? I did too. Don't do that again. All right, here we go. Let's do some export. Everybody's talking about beef going to China. When we're going to get beef to China? We just got a new deal going with Japan that I posted out there. So let's look at the beef exports and the growth from 2017 to 2018. Because, it's 2019 right now, so the numbers aren't in yet. So let's take a look and see what it looks like here. All right, we got the major destinations that beef was exported 2017, 2018. You got Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Hong Kong, Canada, Taiwan. So let's see what we got. Japan's 2017 to 2018 export went up 6%. South Korea went up 35%. South Korea went from 473 million pounds of beef to 638 million pounds of beef. So South Korea is chowing down on some U.S. beef. Mexico went up 7%. Hong Kong went down 8%. They only rounded out 2018 with 300 million pounds. We got Taiwan. They went way downtown brown. They decreased 34%. Wow, from year to year. They jumped. They only went 185 million pounds of beef. What are you eating in Taiwan? You're not eating some U.S. beef. That's what's for dinner. Sale bond reports. If you go to pepperstewart.com, click on livestock reports, you can see the current markets from pretty much most of the major auctions in Texas, a couple in Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas. And I believe we even threw in some Kansas. So if you want to check some market reports, go to pepperstewart.com, click on livestock reports, and just check it out, because there's also some sale flyers. Some of these different auctions have special sales and things, and we've got those on there too, so check them out. But right now, we're going to look across the US of A and see what the prices look like. So let's jump on to let's just go with your 500 to 600 pound. What do you want to do? Let's do steers. Your 5 to 6 weight steers average out. Let's see, in Athens, Tennessee, $1.55, $1.82. Let's go to Wisconsin, $1.50, $1.80. Let's jump down to Indiana. You're looking $1.30, $1.51. California, $1.40, $1.85. Let's jump down to Arizona, $1.65, $1.83. Pratt Livestock in Pratt, Kansas, $1.71 to $1.83 is pretty good. Oklahoma National, $1.64, $1.88. And down in Amarillo, Tejas, $1.45 to $1.55 a pound. That is your 5 to 6 weight steers right there. And then here locally, it's pretty good. I hauled some calves and a couple of cows that we're rotating in our program. We got a couple of cows we're rotating out that they're great. They were great cows. They just didn't fit with what we're doing now. We're rotating our herd and stuff. And so I hauled a couple of cows and a couple of calves up to the local sale barn here, Emory, Texas, Emory Livestock Auction, and they did really good. I got one of my calves brought $1.85 a pound on a couple of calves, and then cows. I'd like them been better, but anyway, cows went for 55 cents a pound, and then I had a couple of bigger steers that brought $1.56 a pound. I'd like to have a little bit more, but that's better than nothing. So it's doing good. Apparently, with this new Japan deal, I'm hopefully that the market will jump. That's what everybody's hoping. Because what's going on with China, nobody knows, man. With those tariff this, tariff that, and all that, that's kind of what happens. So much stuff is made in other places. That's what happens to you when you rely so much on other countries, when you can make a lot of stuff here. Yeah, it's going to cost you a little bit more, but that's what happens. It's fixing to cost you a little bit more anyway when they start playing this tariff war over overseas. And the thing about that is, you got to wonder, a lot of these companies that buy stuff from China, they've got stockpiles in their warehouse. Walmart and all them places that buy Chinese stuff. Just about everything you get is made in China. Well, people's got that stuff stockpiled in the warehouse. So when these tariffs, the stuff that you're buying, has it been jumped up that was already here? Is that price gouging? What do you think? So that's, you just got to, that's different things you think about, things you wonder about. But anyway, while we're talking about beef and stuff, man, everybody is all up in arms about traceability. I wrote articles on it. There's stories about it. It's back, it comes and goes. They had the cool, they had cool out there for a while, the country origin labeling, and then they got rid of cool, and then they got this, and they got that, and they're trying that. Man, somebody just got to sit down, figure something out, and stop this nonsense because it's getting ridiculous. Traceability is a big deal. If you remember back when I had talked to Catherine from Ireland, who's a cattle rancher in Ireland, also a journalist over there, and they talked about their traceability stuff and how strict it was over there. That when you sell cows over there, every time that calf cow changes hands, it devalues every time it changes, and those animals are traced from birth to plate. So it is real strict and stringent, and that's kind of one of them deals. And they're having issues over there now with different things. If you pay attention to the worldwide markets, and they've got stuff going on with that. And so there's another story that came out this week, and now they've created something called the Producers Traceability Council. Okay, Producer Traceability Council. But when all these different things comes out, you need to look deeper into whatever the program is, wherever it comes out from. Look into it, look deep into it, and see who created it, where'd it come from, and who's benefiting. Who's benefiting? Who benefits the most from this program? So it's one of those deals you need to dive into, because I know when the BQA, the Beef Quality Assurance thing, came out, a lot of folks did it. A lot of folks complained about it, didn't want to do it. You had some major restaurant chains that were rotating their processes to where they were only going to purchase beef from, BQA producers, and then they were only going to, haul in from BQA certified haulers, and a lot of people complained about, well, why are we doing this? Why we want to be that? Well, the BQA beef quality assurance is free to take it. It's basically stuff that you already do, so it's not like you're having to learn anything new. It's pretty much everything that you should be doing. And if you're not already doing it, then it's information that could help you, but it's not something you have to do. Does it add quality or adds quality to your beef? Does it add price to your beef? It hadn't been around long to find out, but it's free, so why not do it? Anyway, let's look at this producer council. Okay, this consensus key elements on increased cattle traceability in the U.S. Meetings let's see. Let's scan over this article here from Katie. Let's see here. As those of you know that have watched this show for many years, there's no proofreading. There's no proofreading, no teleprompters. We just roll and stroll and pro-fold, right? All right, here we go. Let's see. Meeting last week, Producer Traceability Council reached consensus. 2 major points increase. Says the number of cattle identified in the U.S. The U.S. Council agrees the best moving forward is to work towards adoption of the high-frequency, ultra-high frequency, the UHF radio identification system. The timeline for adoption of this system mirrors that of the USDA's timeline for the sunsetting of the metal tags, which complete implementation no later than January 1st of 2023. The newly formed Producer Traceability Council has evolved and it was established independently of cattle traceability working groups. What? They're just making up stuff at this point. The focus specifically on ways to increase numbers of cattle identification, electronic identification, cattle identification master stores, but all right. The cattle traceability issue is complex and concerns nearly everyone involved in production marketing. Basically, what they're talking about. I'll give you a breakdown of kind of what they're trying to do, but then it's hard. It's going to be hard to implement something like this on a national scale, because you're still going to have people that don't do it. You're going to have the old timers that won't do it. I've got old timers with cattle down the road from me that I don't think they've ever given a shot to any of them. I don't think any of these cows ever had a shot, ever been vaccinated, ever been wormed. And this is what this traceability thing is trying to do, where we can figure out, okay, well, those cows never been worked, nothing been done to them. So if that, and they're not even, they never get it. I don't think they even have an ear tag, an ear tagger. All right. So anyway, what I'm saying is, one of those cows goes to the sale barn, goes to a market, ends up somewhere else. That cow gets sick, it's got some weird, crazy, mad cow disease, some kind of mad cow, whatever. I just about said something that probably would offend everybody with this anti-vax people. But anyway, so this cow is sick, goes off somewhere else, gets sick, has some strange, weird disease. So they're like, okay, where did this cow come from? I don't know. I don't know where it came from. We bought it from this guy. This guy's like, okay, where'd you get it? Oh, well, I bought it from this guy. All right, where'd you get it? I don't know. So by the time that cow changed hands 3 times, nobody knows where it came from. So that's kind of what they're trying to do on this traceability deal by tagging these cows. What does that say? All right, you got the general manager of the 4-6s Ranch is the council co-chair. So you got the 4-6s involved in this as well here in Texas. Okay. So anyway, enough of that. Traceability. What I do is I do traceability. All my cows have traceability. You can go out there with a wand and you can wand my cows, and then up on your computer, your reader, whatever, will pop up all the information you need to know. I'm not in one of those systems, but it's there. I use AgX herd management software. The management software is free. Well, it's free right now. It's been free for a couple of years, and it'll probably stay free until 10 million people jump on there when they realize the results you get from it. Because are you making me cough somewhat? You put the tag in the cow, you scan it on your phone, and you put the information in about the cow. Every time you vaccinate that cow, you work that cow, you do anything with that cow, you update it on your phone, on your computer, whatever. You can print it out if you want a hard copy. You can group the cows. You know, we got cows in this pasture, and it says, okay, I've got this cow, I got 10 cows here, I got 8 cows here, where they're at, where they are, when they rotate, when you rotate them, it's all there. All the information is there on that cow. So when that cow gets sold, I take them cows to the sale barn and I sell them. Whoever buys those cows, those calves, they can transfer that information into their account. If they can sign up for a free AgX herd account, they buy the cow, say, okay, I'm going to switch it over into my account. So put this cow in my account. There it is. They click on it, and then bam, it shows everything that's ever been done to that cow, to that calf, while it's been here. But, man, I've been out of the TV so long, my cough don't last as long as it used to, where I can wait an hour and cough. But anyway, so you got me rambling again. All the information is on that tag, but the deal is with this traceability, there's a lot of human error that can happen in traceability, no matter who's doing it. Because here's the thing: if you've got 100 cows out at your place, you've got to do it, or you've got to have somebody that does it. And if somebody doesn't do it, then it's no good. It's void. There's no point in having the system, because there's too much human error that can happen in it, because nobody wants to do it. Everybody thinks it's a government, it's a government program. We're putting these traceable ear tags in my cows so the government knows where my cows are, how many cows I got. And I don't want the government in my business. Well, it kind of helps to let the government know what you got going on, because that's where your funding comes from. Your different ag programs and benefits you get from your farm service agency kind of has to do with what's in your county. If your county doesn't register any cows in the census, then why is the government going to give you a bunch of money for your cattle programs if it doesn't show any cattle? And then you're complaining whenever you have a drought and you're trying to go get drought assistance and you can't get it because you didn't register you had cows, you're trying to hide them from the government. Let me tell you guys something about the government. Let me tell you a little secret. It is 2019. If you don't think the government knows where you are, what you're doing, you're a fool. You ever use Google Maps, Google Earth? You ever look down at your place? People know what's going on. They know where you're at. They know what you're doing. So don't act like you're hiding. This ain't 1960, 1950 when you could do stuff like that. It's 2019. There's no hiding. You're on camera more times every day than you don't even know. So think about it. All right, let's talk about more stuff. Let's talk about TV. You want to talk about TV? Who's watching Yellowstone? Anybody watch Yellowstone? All right, here's what happened. I think I talked about this when it first came out, and I didn't watch it. I got 10 minutes in to Yellowstone, and I turned it off. You're thinking, why did you do that? Well, in the first episode, they threw me off, and for this reason. If you've seen Yellowstone, you know what I'm talking about. That kid goes out there to some oil patch deal, and they got this wild stallion out there. So he rolls up with his horse, goes out there, catches this wild stallion out in this oil patch, puts him in a trailer, takes him back to his place. So he gets back to his place, and they got this beating on the trailer like this some big wild stallion just throwing a fit in there, kicking and beating on the trailer. So you hear him, you hear the beating on the trailer while he's driving it. You're like, oh man, he's got a wild stallion in that sucker. So he gets up to there and to his place, and he backs up to the lot, which that lot, man, that lot's another story. So he backs up to the lot. He backs his horse, his saddle, his what they call a saddle horse. I don't know. Horse is a horse to me. I got a horse in a trailer. Whether it's got a saddle on or not, my horse is in a trailer. Sometimes the horse is in the back, but that was Billy Ray Cyrus said that. So he backs his horse out, ties it up, and then he goes to get this wild stallion out of the trailer. So he opens the cut gate in the trailer. He walks up there, unties this wild stallion that's wearing a halter, and then backs him out of the trailer. When I saw that, I turned it off. I said, I'm not doing it. This is stupid. That doesn't happen that way. Now, I'll let it go, the fact that he went out there and roped this wild stallion by himself and drug it in that trailer. Okay, I'll let that go. But you didn't put a halter on it, and you're not going to back it out of the trailer. So what they should have done, and you would think Kevin Costner would know this. Kevin Costner's done a lot of westerns. He should know better than this. But when that trailer backed up to that lot, the best thing for them to do to ensure they're realistic was to, when he opens that cut gate, that horse comes flying out of that trailer, running full, come flying out and running in that lot. That's realistic. Not, I got a halter on him and a rope halter on him, and I'm backing him out of the trailer, because that lost me, so I didn't watch it at all. Yellowstone was dead to me. Well, fast forward till about a month or so ago. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm not doing TV. I ain't got anything to do. So somebody kept talking about Yellowstone. They kept wearing me out about this dang Yellowstone. So what I did, I got on the internet like old folks do, and I ordered the DVD. Got the DVD in the mail. Put it in and watched the whole first season. The storyline's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, there was still some stuff that threw me off about it, that didn't sit right with me. When you got the ranch manager of the place is out there riding a cutting saddle. If you pay attention, he's riding a cutting saddle out there. And then you had the calf. The cow's having a calf. They run to help pull the calf. They pull the calf out. They pop that sucker out. That thing hits the ground and takes off running. That don't happen in real life, guys. Not real. So, other than that, there's a few other things in the movie, or in the episode, movie, whatever you want to call it, miniseries, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I got, it's TV. It's movies. They can't always be right. And there's got to be somebody in there that they can tell them. If they need me to come help, I will. I did that when I was on Dallas. The new Dallas they filmed here in Dallas, the new Dallas with the kids, whatever, and I was on that deal, and had a talk with their people about the hats they were wearing. We talked about that, and then about the episode where they had round bell rings out there in the pasture, and they had a round bell ring. And so they drove the truck out there, backed the truck up to the round bell ring, and they got in the back so they could have their dialogue conversation. And they were taking square bells out and throwing them into the round bell ring on Dallas, yeah. So anyway, if you guys need help, give me a call. I'm on the internet. You can find me. So anyway, Yellowstone. Anyway, I'm kind of on board with it now. So I got to overlook some things, but other than that, it's a pretty good show. It's going to restart here pretty soon, so I'm going to check that out. And also, Movie People. If you have not forgot about a show on HBO that's been off the air for a while, but they finally made a movie. Do you know what that movie's called? Do you know what that movie is? Did you watch the series? Do you know? It's Deadwood. Deadwood, the movie Deadwood is coming back. It's not coming back. The Deadwood movie is airing at the end of this month, the end of May 31st, 2019.
Really?
Yes. And it's going to be pretty good. I don't know how if it's going to do a lot of flashbacks with the to try to catch everybody up, but it's supposed to be like 2 hours.
Huh?
Yeah, 2 hours. A 2-hour movie of Deadwood. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how that goes. So I'm interested in watching that. I went to jail. I was in jail last weekend. Last Saturday night, I was in jail. Did you not see that on the internet? I was in Palestine, Texas, in Anderson County. I was in the Anderson County jail Saturday night. Yep. We were at the, what was it called? I don't know. It was another one of those ghost watching events. Anyway, you could go at certain times. It's put on by Haunted Rooms America. And they have places all over the U.S. you can go to. And this happened to be in Palestine. So we went to the Palestine, Texas, Anderson County Jail. It's been closed. It's an old jail. It's been closed for a while. But you can go to the jail. They've got a bunch of stuff set up for ghost watching. And you walk around all through the jail on the 2 floors. And then at midnight, it's time to go to bed. Yes. At midnight, you drag your sleeping bags in there, your lantern, and you pick a cell and you go to sleep. That was interesting. So I spent the night in jail. So now I can tell folks I spent the night in jail. A lot of people are shocked by that. They're like, "You have never been in jail." No, I've never been in jail. I'm not saying I never did anything wrong. I'm not saying I never did anything wrong. We'll leave it at that. But I never went to jail. Never been arrested, never went to jail. And I want to keep it that way because I understand why it's called the pokey. So anyway, I spent the night in jail. So that, is that a bucket list thing? I don't know. Do people put that on their bucket list, spend the night in jail or going to jail? I don't know if they do, but I guess I can scratch that one off. Let's look at this. I got a story. I got another story for you. It's not about the French, but did you ever rent library books from the library? I bet nobody even knows what that means anymore. Do you know what a library is? I know it's 2019. I don't know how long it's been since the internet's taken over, but I don't know if anybody even knows what that means anymore. Well, a library, for those of you who don't know, a library is a place that has books that you read. And it's full of books, and you read the words on these books, and it entertains you. It's called a library. Google it. All right, here we go. A rare book was returned to an Irish library Library. Almost how many years overdue? A lot overdue. It was very overdue. An Irish library was surprised after a rare book was returned 80 years past its due date. 80 years. Is that like a nickel a week for 80 years? How much is that? The Donegal County Library confirmed Sunday that a copy of Annie M.P. Smith's book, The White Owl, was returned to its Goeth Dobhair. I don't know. I was in Ireland not long ago, but I still can't speak the words right. On Friday, nearly 82 years after it was checked out in 1937. 1937. The county library shared the photo of the book and its library stamp on their Twitterverse. The book was checked out July 23rd, 1937. 1937. Better late than never. Took nearly 82 years, but the book, The White Owl, finally found its way back to the library. The book was returned to the library on Friday after being on loan since 1937. What the post reads on their Twitterverse. Relatives of the person who borrowed the book found it during a house clearance at their home in Falconry. The book was supposed to be due 14 days after it was checked out. The Irish Public Libraries ended overdue fines in January. The average overdue fee was 5 cents per day, meaning that the White Owl would have been around $1,428. Well, knowing that, when you took the book back, I just say I found it. Wouldn't as because you go and tell them, yeah, this is my grandpa had this book. All right, well here. What's that? That's an invoice for $1,423. I don't know. That's interesting because who checks out books anymore? Does anybody even go to the library anymore? I wonder about that. Even kids in school, college kids, they go to the library and check out books to study, because what book are you going to check out that you can't Google? Or is that such a thing? I don't know. I haven't been in school in a long time, and it shows. It shows a lot. Story time. All right. This is going to make you mad, especially if you're a dog lover. But this is also great because in America, you have choices. You can choose to go where you want to go. Much like Chick-fil-A. Everybody's all upset about this stupid Chick-fil-A. They're passing some law about Chick-fil-A. I don't know what it's about because I don't really care that much, other than it's funny to see people complain about a restaurant. And this is my deal. They don't want this Chick-fil-A restaurant. Somewhere they're trying to put one in, and the people are like, we don't want it there because you give money to this, that, and the other. Okay, here's the deal. If you don't like the place, don't go to it. And if enough people don't go to it, it's going to close. If it opens, it's not going to be open long if it doesn't get any business. If it stays open long and gets business, then it just shows that y'all are crying for no reason. Because a lot of folks don't think the way you do. I don't know exactly what the deal is because I didn't care that much because I don't like the sandwich there. It's a plain chicken sandwich. I don't like it. So and that's choices. You have a choice. When you go to get something to eat, you have a choice where you go eat. Nobody says, okay, you live in this town, you have to eat here. You have to eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich every day, or nuggets, or whatever they have. Salad. They do have salad. I have ate salads there before. They have a good salad because I'm on my fitness diet or whatever you want to call it. So the salads are good. I've ate a couple of those, but as far as that sandwich or that piece of chicken with a pickle on it, not a fan. So anyway, nobody says you have to eat there. If enough of you people don't eat there, it's not going to be there long. So think about it. There's a lot of places, a lot of restaurants that I pass all the time. I've never been to them. Some stay there a while, some don't. It's a customer deal. If you don't go, they won't last. And I don't understand why people do that. They get all bent out of shape about a business or a store or this, that, and the other, or a place that makes cakes, or it's like, then don't go. If you don't like it, don't go to it. There's a lot of channels on TV that I watch. There's some that I like, some that I don't. You know about those channels that I don't like? I don't watch them. Think about that. Could you imagine if you went through life not doing something you didn't want to do? Didn't worry about it? Think about that. I don't want to watch that show. Okay. Well, I don't watch it. Simple enough. Speaking of watching shows, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones. Not every episode. My wife watches that stuff. I've watched the entire, whenever it started until whenever it ended the other day. And I've seen, I don't know, probably 90% of them. I still don't know the names of the people. I don't know what they're fighting for. I don't know what it's about. I just know there's some dragons and some dead people that walk around. And everybody's got swords. They cuss a lot. And that's about all I can tell you. There's a tall guy, there's a short guy, and there's a guy that's doing his sister. I do know that part. And then there's a guy in a wheelchair who didn't do anything the entire time, and all of a sudden he got to take over the world or something. I don't know. But anyway, people are freaking out over that stuff. It's a dang movie. It's a TV show. Relax. It's not real life. There's no dragons out there flying around burning stuff. So chill out. I don't know why people get so upset. And then in the entitlement of today's generation, all these spoiled brats didn't like the way the show was going, so they signed a petition. We want you to redo it. It don't work that way. You don't redo it. You don't like it, don't watch it. Go watch something else. So speaking of don't like, don't watch. Here we go. Right here down the road, but down the, I don't know, a few towns over, not far, probably an hour from me here. Plano, Texas. Plano, Texas is doing something. And I probably won't go because I don't want to be in this. Because I'll tell you about it. Some of you are gonna be like, "Oh, this is great! I can't wait to go do this." And some of you are gonna be like me and go, I'm not going to sitting in that." Here we go. K9 Cinemas in Plano, Texas gives moviegoers the opportunity to watch older films with up to 2 of their dogs. These dog-friendly movie theaters cater to canines with comfortable seating and offering $15 tickets, which includes bottomless wine and admission for your dog. So for $15, you can get wine drunk with your dog. Visitors under the age of 21 are given free soft drinks for the $15 price, while the regular ticket costs $5 for dogs, $9 for kids, and $12.50 for adults. So just pay the $15 and make sure you got a designated driver. Because if not, you're going to be drunk when you leave that movie. You're probably going to be pissed on by your dog, too. The theater founder, Eric Langford, is transitioning to a members-only facility open Monday through Saturday with membership prices ranging from $19 to $29 a month. The K9 Cinema also hosts themed events such as Wednesday karaoke night and Thursday trivia. I don't want to hear your dog sing, and I'm pretty dang sure your dog is not going to win trivia. A special midnight screening of the HBO's final episode of Game of Thrones recently took place. The dogs don't care. Visitors must follow the theater doggone rules, which includes having to, here you go, this is what I'm talking about, having to clean up after your pet, keep them on a leash at all times, and provide valid paperwork proving that your dog is up to date on their shots. So anti-vaxxers can't take your anti-vaxxed dog there. And that each guest can only bring up to 2 dogs. We have a big heart for our furry family members in our lives and believe they should get to go out on Night on the Town too. No, your dog doesn't need to go watch the movie. Because you're going to be all upset trying to watch the movie and your dog's going to pee on you or pee on somebody else. They're going to be barking. They're going to be trying to run around. So basically what they're doing is you're going to take your dogs up there, hold on to 2 dogs, and drink wine, get wine drunk. So what you're going to do, you got dogs crapping all over the theater. You got wine spilt all over the theater. It's going to be one heck of a mess. It's going to stink to high heaven. I don't think that's where I'm going to be. So I'm going to pass on that. Now, all you winos that are big into wine drinking, you can go watch a movie for $15 and get drunk. So you better get a designated driver. Don't be driving drunk. Don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. If you drink and drive, you are an idiot. I just told you that. You are. You know you are, because that's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. Once again, it's 2019. You got strangers that'll come pick you up and take you home. Back in the 60s and 70s, like, stay away from strangers. Don't get in strangers' cars. And now you just get on your fancy phone and just call up a stranger to come pick you up and take you home. So you can do that. Oh man, I don't know. Well, I don't know what to tell you guys. I've told you just about everything I could tell you. I guess we can round it out with a good tune though. We got Cheryl Desiree. She's been on the show before, and she's got some great tunes out there. So what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to throw a tune in your ear hole. So if you want to enjoy this tune, here it goes. If you're done, then hey, pepperstewart.com. Go there, look around, check things out. Be sure you subscribe on the podcast sites, and jump on the YouTube too. Podcast sites, YouTube sites. Subscribe to everything. Check them out on the Book of Faces. A lot of stuff going on there too. Instagram, Twitterverse. So check it out. And until then, enjoy this tune from Cheryl Desiree.
Baby, am I really your favorite girl? The one that you want most in the world? Am I in your dreams when you hold her near? Or are you saying things you think I want to hear? Baby, you don't owe me a thing, 'cause I don't wear your ring. Don't bother acting like you're walking. I know that's just your pillow talking. Baby, you're still hers, and I'm still his. So let's just call this what it is. A hot little escape from the cold day to day. So don't fall for me, and we can keep it that way. Baby, you don't owe me a thing, 'cause I don't wear your ring. Don't bother acting like you're walking. I know that's just your pillow talking. In another life, another time, I could have been yours, and you could have been mine. But for now,
Oh yeah, good stuff right there. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. As you always do, be sure to subscribe, because you never know when another one of these is going to pop up in your ear hole. So don't forget to click it.
I apologize for yelling at you.